Hey everyone, welcome back. This evening I am going to be using the very first Artisan soap I ever purchased, and that is PAA's CAD. And the brush that I'm using is the Craving Shaving Knot Tester, currently soaking. The razor is going to be the Carve on the Rod George, oh crap, what do you call this handle? I think this is the Catacomb 3 handle, and the plate is the D plate. So I'm trying to finish this one off, although I have about half of the container left. So I'm going to face lather this off camera. So I'll be right back once I have that lather built. All right, hopefully we have the lather nice and hydrated enough. So we're going to go ahead and start warming up the razor a little bit here. Now, as I mentioned, CAD from PAA was the first Artisan soap that I ever got. So I purchased this down in a semi-local shave shop. I say semi-local because it's one that takes an hour and a half to 2 hours depending on traffic to get to. And when I went there, I was brand new into wet shaving. I hadn't been anywhere else. I think the soaps I was using at the time was the Rockwell Cream that I bought with my 6S. And it had Parasso green in the tub, which I still have, coincidentally. That's pretty much all I had, was the Parasso and the Rockwell. And I went down, I was in the Provo Orem area for a reunion, and I happened to go to a mall that had has a place in the food court that serves a Turkish fast food or street food that I had all the time when I was in Germany. So I wanted to stop there and get that for dinner before this reunion. And this mall also has the Mini Mustachery, which is a local shave shop. So I went in there, and at the time they had Sterling and Katie's Bubbles and PAA and a bunch of Artisans I'd heard about, but I hadn't used, obviously, because I was still pretty brand new. Now, I had been to West Coast Shaving at this point, so I had smelled some of the soaps that they had there. For some reason, I overlooked Sterling completely. I don't know what I was thinking in avoiding Sterling, but I regret that because Sterling is freaking amazing. But I had heard of PAA, I heard how great it was. I'd heard the story of CAD and the cease and desist with Barbasol and everything. So I was really intrigued by that, and I liked the scent. And they had it at the local shave shop. As well as like Bear Stearns Man, Ariana and Evans, a bunch of the big names at the time, a couple years ago. Katie's Bubbles. But I started to pick up CAD. And from first use, I was a big fan of PAA, big fan of the scent. Now this is in the CK1 formula. Some people will call it the cocoa butter formula because it has cocoa butter right there. But Douglas clarified on one of the Facebook groups, I don't know which one, a little bit ago, that all of his formulas have had cocoa butter in them. So it's really the CK1 formula. So got it in CK1. CK6 wasn't a thing yet, at least not to the general public. I have no idea how long, I can't remember how long the CK6 was in development, but it was not released yet. Let's say that. So it took a little bit for me to learn how to dial this in because I was using creams. You know, I had Parasso green. I think it's the definition of the Italian crope, and the cream from Rockwell. So I had to learn how to use a hard soap. And it's, to this day, I still love it. CK1 is no slouch in performance. I have quite a few soaps in the CK1 base and CK6. But properly hydrated, CK1 is still a very, very good base. I will say it is a very thirsty base. If you have not used the CK1 base yet, it is very thirsty. It can take a lot of water. Now for my face lather tonight, since I'm using a natural hairbrush, I let it sit and I let it soak. I didn't wring it out, I just kind of let it drip and I flicked it a few times and then started loading off the puck. I did have water on the puck. I was kind of soaking the puck a little bit, put a little bit of water on there, but not a ton. I did have to add a little bit more water to the top to get the load look that I wanted. And I can't tell you how long I loaded for. I didn't count. I was going more off of feel and look on the knot there. Whew. If you can hear that in the background, I apologize. I'm just in the mood for that kind of music this evening. Yes, I'm a metalhead. If you can hear that. If not, it's Stone Cold Crazy from Metallica. I think this is their live version. But yeah, so CAD was my first Artisan soap. The second one I picked up, I took a work trip to New York and I went to Pastor's on one of my couple times I've been to Pastor's Pharmacy now, and picked up Barrister Man's 42. And then I went back a little bit later and acquired NYC from Ariana and Evans. I have since polished off NYC, and I still have a decent amount of 42. For whatever reason, I don't use that one a ton, even though I absolutely love the scent. I think my biggest problem with 42 is I bought it. Because I was in New York, I didn't buy the splash. And I love the scent, like I said, and it's a seasonal by Barrister Man. So I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get it again. If it was like a one and done type thing, or if it was a yearly seasonal release. But it does seem to be a yearly release. So in reality, I'm not sure how to use it more because it's a beautiful floral scent. That is just, oh, I love it. I'm going to use that soon, I think. But man, PAA never fails. It's always a fantastic shave, unless I underhydrate it. Which can happen a little bit. It happens occasionally with PAA with me. Because I get impatient, either I load too much, or I just don't hydrate enough, because it is the thirsty soap. A little bit of irritation down here, I think from the weck. Kind of chasing the dragon with a fairly aggressive Chevette the other night. So anyway, that was the shave. That was absolutely phenomenal. Very, very enjoyable. Still love CAD. It's one that when it is finally done, I will replace. Whether that is in the CK Citrus Eco-Win formula, I'm not sure, but this is fantastic. If you like the scent of Barbasol shave cream or something along those lines, Barbasol-esque, check out CAD. It's just phenomenal. So anyway, I'm going to finish off cleaning up everything off camera. I'll do my post shave everything off camera. Finish off with witch hazel and some star jelly. And I did finally get some more star jelly. It's just sitting in my closet there. So anyway, guys, that's the shave. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time.